everyone, Lucamus Prime here. So it's time for the next episode of Movie That Deserves a Sequel. And in today's video, it's going to be for another film that released this year, and is actually a film which is actually a video game adaptation of a supernatural horror video game franchise created by Scott Cawthon. And this is a film which I think was definitely a big, pleasant surprise, and I'd love to see sequels too. And this film, of course, is none other than this year's Five Nights at Freddy's. So, when it comes, of course, to why I think of Five Nights at Freddy's franchise, I have, of course, played the first game, and I think it's an absolute masterpiece. One of the best supernatural horror games ever made, in my opinion. Just an absolutely timeless masterpiece, but in my opinion, is phenomenal. And so, I was definitely very familiar with the franchise when this film, of course, first got announced. And when it comes, of course, to when this film was being made, I, of course, was approaching it with caution because there have been lots of video game adaptations which I have seen and also ones I've heard bad news about, which I've not been a fan of. So, I was approaching this with caution, but when I saw the promotional material, such as, of course, the posters and the trailers, I began to get a sign of hope for this because it seemed they were being very faithful to the games by making the animatronics look like how I did in the games. And I was also very keen to check it out because of the cast as well. So, on Halloween night this year, I gave it a watch because it was, of course, released onto Peacock when it comes to its releases. So, I gave it a watch, and I gotta say that I really loved the movie. It was definitely, in my opinion, a pleasant surprise, and definitely, in my opinion, one of the best video game adaptations I've seen as well. I think it was really good, and the director of the film, Emma Tamia, has my absolute respect because she was able to, of course, respect the law and the faithfulness towards the franchise. So I definitely think she did a great job with this movie. And I love, of course, the animatronics in this, how they were just like they were in the games, same design, really. And that was definitely, in my opinion, brilliant. I'm so glad they didn't change them. And I think Josh Hudson did a great job playing the main character, Mike Schmidt, who, of course, is the security guard from the games. So it's definitely really cool to have a film about Mike Schmidt. And my favourite part of the film when it comes to cast was definitely Matthew Lillard as your character Steve Raglan, who, of course, is the career counsellor for Mike, who gives him the job at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. But it's then, of course, revealed towards the end of the film that he's actually, of course, the serial killer, William Afton. So that was definitely, in my opinion, a brilliant twist right there. And it was definitely really cool to see him as well wearing the Yellow Rabbit suit as well, which was pretty cool. And that, of course, is Spring Bonnie, which, of course, would later become, of course, Spring Trap. And I definitely think that was brilliant, really, and the final act of the film was brilliant too, and I especially love how William Afton said his catchphrase from the games, which was "I always come back." Like, that was definitely, in my opinion, just brilliant faithfulness right there, and I think Matthew Lillard did a great job portraying the characters as very psychotic, which was brilliant, and he, of course, has experience in playing a psychotic character because he, of course, played Stu Matcher in Scream, which was pretty cool. Or, of course, my favourite role of Matthew Lillard always will be Shaggy in Scooby-Doo, but I think he did a great job playing William Afton in this film. And when it comes to why I think it deserves a sequel, obviously, of course, it sets up one with Steve Raglan and later with William Afton saying his characters that he always comes back. So there's a chance, of course, that in these potential sequels, he will come back. And I've got a feeling that just like in the games, he will return as the character Springtrap. So I've definitely got a feeling he will come back as that, really. So that would definitely be really cool. And so I'd love that. And also, guys, if you stay behind during the credits, as well, of course, getting to hear that popular Five Nights at Freddy's song, which, of course, was used in the film, which I think was definitely a very nice touch and shows more faithfulness right there to the games. If you stay behind for the credits, you'll actually hear a message, which, of course, then says, "Find me," which was pretty cool. So I definitely really love how they included a message again saying, "Find me," right there, in a chord speed, which is pretty cool. So right there, though, it's clear that the story's not over yet. So if they do sequels, I really hope they, of course, bring in more things from the other games, such as, for example, more of the locations, for example, and the other animatronics. I've already mentioned Springtrap, for example. So I really do hope they do a sequel, or bringing in references from the later games and more characters from the future games. I definitely would love to see that. And if they do a sequel, I'll definitely give it a watch, because this film was definitely made with fans of FNAF in mind. The cast and crew even said that this film was made with fans in mind, and that's definitely the right thing to do, because when you think about it, of course, with films, it's for fans who are going to be paying to see it, so you've got to make a film for your fans, of course. So they definitely did the right thing doing that. That was definitely brilliant, and I think they did a really great job. So I'll definitely be there to see a sequel to it, absolutely. So Anyway, guys, this is me doing the next episode of Movie That Deserves a Sequel. I was saying why, in my opinion, Five Nights at Freddy's is a big example in terms of video game films of films I'd love to see sequel to. So, you know the drill, guys. Be sure to give this video a like. Also, be sure to tell us in the comments what you guys think of FNAF. If you saw it, let me know in the comments below what you think. Do you need a sequel or not? Let me know in the comments below. Also, be sure to join Team Power Best and subscribe for videos coming in the future. Oh no, what's going on? My light's gone off. Oh no. Oh no, no, no. Wait, there's something in my doorway.